Okay, it is Casual Friday, as you can see, and for Friday we have a video subject that sounds like it should come from the storyline of the Thomas Crown affair or something. Near priceless artwork is a popular thing to have on board a super yacht, believe it or not. It seems counterintuitive, I know, but I know of many yachts that have very expensive artwork on board. Now, this story revolves around a Russian billionaire named Dmitry Rybolovlev, who has owned a number of super yachts. He is currently the owner of motor yacht Anna, which is a $250 million, 110 meter or 360 foot super yacht built in 2018 by Fidship. It was delivered in 2018. This is the largest, at the time of its build, it was the largest yacht ever built by Fidship. I think it might still hold that title. Anyway, this story is with help from reporting from the New York Times. Now, the backstory is in 2013, Dmitry Rybolovlev was in the midst of a buying spree of artwork totaling $2 billion, billion with a B. He used a man to help handle many of the purchases named Yves Bouvier. Some of the artworks were valued in tens of millions each, with at least one over 100 million, including works by Leonardo da Vinci. However, in some of the cases, he says Bouvier told him he was making a deal between Rybolovlev and a buyer, but Bouvier was not dealing with an owner at all, but was actually the owner of the piece himself. So the piece in this instance was called the Tête, a sculpture by Modigliani, valued or sold for $83 million. However, Bouvier had quietly purchased the piece himself months earlier for half of that price. For years, Rybolovlev has accused Bouvier of defrauding him in that and dozens of other transactions. Now, Rybolovlev is suing the auction house Sotheby's in a New York court. He accuses them of assisting Bouvier in the fraud by creating inflated evaluations of the pieces. Now, stay to the end of this video, of this story, because there is a big kicker at the end. Rybolovlev went on to accuse Bouvier in court papers of defrauding him in the purchase of 38 works, 12 of which were bought in private sales arranged by Sotheby's. In the trial to start Monday in New York, a company Rybolovlev used to buy art has accused the auction house of being complicit and suggested it helped Bouvier because he had become such a valuable client. In the case of the Modigliani, for example, the judge cited evidence that a Sotheby's representative, Samuel Valette, had told Bouvier in 2012 in an email that the sculpture was worth at least 70 to 90 million euros, only to revise that estimate to 80 to 100 million euros less than 12 hours later. Bouvier forwarded the higher projection to Rybolovlev's aides. Now, from this evidence, a judge said, a jury could certainly infer that Valette and Bouvier spoke in the intervening 12 hours and that Valette raised his estimate at Bouvier's request. This Judge Furman wrote in his opinion last March. One of the artworks involved in this story is the Salvator Mundi, a depiction of Christ by Leonardo da Vinci that is the most expensive painting ever sold at auction. Bouvier wrote to Rybolovlev's aide to update him on negotiations that Judge Furman later concluded never took place. The seller, Bouvier wrote, had rejected offers of $90, $100, $120 and $125 million before finally accepting $127.5 million for the masterpiece. On May the 2nd, 2013, Bouvier, not Rybolovlev, bought the Mundi through Sotheby's by putting up a painting and cash valued at $83 million. A day later, he sold it to Rybolovlev for $127.5 million, according to court papers, a profit of $44.5 million. Now, Rybolovlev is suing the auction house, Sotheby's, in court in New York. He accuses them of assisting Bouvier in the fraud by creating inflated evaluations of the pieces. Sotheby's has denied any wrongdoing, saying it abided by the industry's best practices. The art world, it seems, is even more secretive than the superyacht world, as multi-million-dollar artwork is bought, often without the buyer ever knowing who the seller is, which this story seems to have exposed, leaves the opportunity for people to lie about values of artwork and whom is selling the piece. As said, a number of yachts have artwork valued at tens of millions of dollars on board. I know of some personally that have copies of the artwork that is brought on board at times to cover for the original should the yacht go anywhere deemed too dangerous. The artwork is often encased inside dust and humidity-proof cases with alarms in case temperatures rise or the atmosphere is contaminated in any way. So going back to Rybolovlev, as well as his new $250 million yacht, Rybolovlev previously owned a smaller yacht also built by Fedship many years earlier and also called Motor Yacht Anna, which he later sold after taking delivery of the new bigger yacht. He also owns a private island in Greece formerly owned by Aristotle Onassis named Scorpios that has a marina there which can take his 110-meter yacht. Now, despite spending years fighting in court with Bouvier and now Sotheby's, Rybolovlev went on to make a profit upon selling one piece of art in the largest sale of a piece of art to take place ever. Around the time of the delivery of his new yacht, Rybolovlev sold the Da Vinci painting to a Saudi art collector for $450 million. That's a profit of $322.5 million. Interestingly, the profit he made from the sale of the Da Vinci artwork would have paid for the new yacht outright, with millions left over. Not a bad deal overall. And the court starts in New York on Monday, and we'll bring you more as it progresses. Thanks very much for watching this video. You've been watching a Superyacht News clip. If you'd like to see the full unedited Superyacht News video, you can click on the link over here. You can also find our channel links below here. And if you'd like to see more shorter videos like this one, be sure to subscribe to this channel.